Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, February 18th, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA games and look ahead to the weekend's All-Star festivities, and I'll make picks for everything. The NHL and college basketball will go over everything from last night and look ahead to everything going on tonight and the weekend. We'll go over the Olympics from yesterday and look ahead to everything going on like tonight and over the weekend. And then as well as golf, NASCAR, news and notes, and best bet. We're going to start with NBA. We are going to recap the games from last night. And we'll look ahead to everything going on for All-Star Weekend. Heat over the Hornets, 111-107 in double overtime. Wizards over the Nets, 117-103. Mavericks over the Pelicans, 125-118. 76ers bounced back from the dreadful loss against Boston and beat the Bucks 123-120. And the Clippers over the Rockets, 142-111. All right, so the first festivity for tonight is the Rising Stars Challenge. It's always like rookies against sophomores. So there's a couple people that were injury replacements and such. So Team Barry is Cade Cunningham, Dyson Daniels, Evan Mobley, Isaac Okoro, Alperen Sengun, Deshaun Tate, Franz Wagner, and Team Isaiah, Precious Achiuwa, Desmond Bain, Sadiq Bey, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Jaden Hardy, and Isaiah Stewart. Team Peyton, LaMelo Ball, Scotty Barnes, Ayo Samu, Christopher Rate, Scott Henderson, Bones Highland, Jonathan Kuminga, Jaden McDaniels, and Davion Mitchell. But Mitchell and Durant won't play. And Team Worthy of Cole Anthony, Marjan Beauchamp, Josh Giddey, Jalen Green, Herbert Jones, Tyrese Maxey, and Jalen Suggs. So, the first semifinals, Team Isaiah against Team Worthy. Second semifinals, Team Barry against Team Peyton. And then the winner is determined with the winners of the two games. So, Team Isaiah and Team Worthy, I really like Team Worthy a lot. I liked Cole Anthony. Josh Giddey's a great all-around young player. Tyrese Maxey, I really like Team Worthy a lot. And in between Team Peyton and Team Barry, I'm going to go with Team Barry because of the presence of Cade Cunningham and Isaac Okoro. I think those guys will lead them to a win. And it'd be Team Barry against Team Worthy. And this is tough. I think these are both talented teams. And I think that let's go with Team Worthy. Maybe I'm just naive because I've watched a little OKC recently and Josh Giddey is just amazing. And I've watched a lot of Philly and Tyrese Maxey is doing a great job making the leap this year. So I'm going to go with Team Worthy to win the NBA Rising Stars Challenge. And in the event that precedes that is the NBA Celebrity All-Star Game, which is always a fun wrinkle of All-Star Weekend. So Team Walton and Team Wilkins. So Team Walton is Jimmy Allen, Brittany Elena, Machine Gun Kelly, Derica Hamby, Nora Carlock, Nigel Hudson, Matt James, Quavo, Ranveer Singh, and Alex Toussaint. And Team Neek, as in Dominique, Newell AA, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb. How about that? Dean Brown, Myles Garrett, Bobby Gibson, Tiffany Haddish, Jack Harlow, Carissa Jackson of the Harlem Globetrotters, Angeli Ronadive, and Gianmarco Tamberi. Now I'm going to say the winner of this game is going to be Team Walton. I think Bill Walton is going to be motivated, and I think that the experience of some of these players like Hambry in the WNBA, and I just have a hunch here. So I'm going to go with Team Walton. I think Hamby's going to be your MVP of this game. All right, and then the NBA three-point contest. So the three-point contest. You have Fred VanVleet, Desmond Bane, Luke Kennard, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum, Patty Mills, Karl Anthony Towns, and Trae Young. This is the second event. I just chose to do this first for some reason. For my pick to win this, I'm going to go with CJ McCollum. On a new team, I think that he's like fresh and ready to go. Good shooter. Wants to prove to the Pelicans fans that he's going to be there and help them make a playoff push. So I'm going to go with CJ McCollum. Runner-up, I'm going to go with Fred VanVleet of the Raptors. The skills competition, we have Team Antetokounmpo, which is Giannis and his two brothers, Thanasis and Alex. Team Cavs, which is Jared Allen, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. And Team Rooks, Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, and Josh Giddey. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. And this is the first of the 3 events tomorrow night. So, this is very, very fun. But I'm going to go with... Let's go with the Rooks. I love these rookies. Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, Josh Giddey. I know Evan Mobley and the Cavs. I know everyone's going to be rooting for the Cavs, but let's go with Team Rooks. Giddey, Cunningham, and Barnes. I think they're all great young players. So I'm going to go with Team Rooks to win the skills challenge. And then the dunk contest, you have Obi Toppin, Jalen Green, Cole Anthony, and Juan Toscano Anderson. I think this is going to be a fun dunk contest. The winner last year was Anthony Simmons of Portland. But this year, I'm going to pick the runner-up, Obi Toppin, from last year. Obi's just a flat-out amazing dunker. I think he was snubbed from the Rising Stars Challenge. Personally, him and his teammates, Emmanuel Quickley and Quentin Grimes. But I think that Toppin's going to come out and put on a show here. I think Obi Toppin's going to win this. And I think it might be a runaway. So we go with Obi Toppin for the dunk contest. And then for the NBA All-Star Game, which is Sunday at 8 o'clock, will be called by Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller, and Charles Barkley. Team LeBron's a 6-point favorite. The total is 320. I think Team LeBron will win. But I'm going to say Team Durant plus the 6 is the move. So I'm going to take Team Durant plus the 6. And then the All-Star Game MVP, the Kobe Bryant MVP award, tends to go to somebody that is the best player in the All-Star Game. And I like to go with value. And I believe that the person that will win All-Star Game MVP will be who I feel is the co-face of this generation of players that we have. And I'm going to say that it is Stephen Curry. I'm going to go plus 750 Stephen Curry for the All-Star Game MVP. I just think Steph's going to be amazing. I think that he's going to be shooting the lights out from 3. I think LeBron's going to defer to him a lot. And I believe that he could very well be the best player on the court on Sunday. As it'd be cool to see him and LeBron on the same team. I'd say they're the co-faces of this generation. And you could argue Durant too, but I think the kids these days gravitate towards LeBron and Steph. So I'm going to say Stephen Curry for the All-Star Game MVP at plus 750. All right, now we'll do NHL. We'll go over the games from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Red Wings over the Rangers 3-2 in a shootout. Caps over the Flyers 5-3. Maple Leafs over the Penguins 4-1. Habs over the Blues 3-2 in overtime. Sens over the Sabres 3-1. Isles over the Bruins 4-1. Jets over the Kraken 5-3. Blue Jackets over the Blackhawks 7-4. Oilers over the Ducks 7-3. And the Canucks over the Sharks 5-4 in overtime. Only 4 games tonight at 7 o'clock. You have the Preds and the Hurricanes. That's a good game. Playoff rematch from a year ago. Canes are minus 176. Preds are plus 146. Over under 6. Overs minus 102. Unders minus 122. Preds plus 1/2 is minus 175. Or minus 176. And Canes minus 1/2 is plus 142. For this game, I'm going to take the Canes in regulation at minus 110. I think this is a low-scoring game. I think the value lies at the Canes in regulation. 8 o'clock, the Preds in the Wild. The Panthers in the Wild. The Panthers minus 134. The Wild are plus 112. Over under 7. Overs plus 110. Unders minus 134. Panthers minus 1/2 is plus 184. Wild plus 1/2 is minus 230. 7 is the highest I've seen this season for an NHL total. I'm going to go with the Wild as a home underdog at plus 112. They need this game with themselves battling out with the Blues for second. And it's not inconceivable that they end up in the first wild card. So the Wild need this game. I think they're going to win. So give me the Wild at plus 112. 8:30, Stars Blackhawks. The Stars are minus 162. Chicago's plus 134. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Stars minus 1/2 is plus 160. Blackhawks plus 1/2 is minus 200. The Stars are still in it too. Where things stand at the moment, they are 1 back of the Kings for the final wild card. So Winnipeg and Vancouver are still kind of in it. They're 3 back. I'd say 3's the cutoff line for points in hockey for the playoffs. So, at this point of the season. So, and LA's the wild card here at 55 points. Anaheim's tied with them. So I'm going to go with the over 5.5. I just think this is a higher scoring game than you think. And last but not least, 10 o'clock, a huge game from Vegas. The Kings and the Golden Knights. Vegas is minus 172. The Kings are plus 142. Over under 6. Overs minus 104. Unders minus 120. Kings plus 1/2 is minus 178. Vegas minus 1/2 is plus 144. Vegas still playing for first place. Calgary's in first right now. I just think Vegas is better than the Kings. So I'm going to go Vegas in regulation at minus 110 at home against the Los Angeles Kings. Saturday, 1 o'clock, Avs, Sabres, 4 o'clock, Oilers, Jets, 7 o'clock, Bruins, Sens, Blues, Maple Leafs on the NHL Network, Kings, Coyotes at 9, 10's Kraken, Flames, and 10 o'clock, Ducks, Canucks. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Hurricanes, Penguins, 2 o'clock, Canadians, Islanders, 3 o'clock, Panthers, Blackhawks, 5 o'clock, Rangers, Senators, 6 o'clock, Sabres, Blue Jackets, 7 o'clock, Stars, Coyotes, 8 o'clock, Wild, Oilers, and Golden Knights, Sharks. All right, college basketball. We're going to go over the games from last night and look ahead to a very busy weekend in that sport. Buffalo over Eastern Michigan, 83-69. Penn State over Minnesota, 67-46. Towson over UNC Wilmington, 79-55. Troy over App State, 67-61. Number 21, Murray State over Austin Peay, 91-56. Northern Illinois over Akron, 66-63. East Carolina over South Florida, 65-57. Cincinnati over Wichita, 85-76. Middle Tennessee over FIU, 71-65. Marshall over Old Dominion, 67-63. North Texas over FAU, 54-51. LIU over St. Fran, PA, 81-63. Wagner over Sacred Heart, 76-67. St. Fran Brooklyn over Mount St. Mary, 64-55. Merrimack over Fairleigh Dickinson, 64-44. Bryan over Central Connecticut, 75-61. Youngstown State over UIC, 88-79. IUPUI over Robert Morris, 66-56. Georgia State over Georgia Southern, 79-63. South Alabama over Coastal Carolina, 71-68. UNC Greensboro over Chattanooga, 73-70. Drexel over William & Mary, 72-57. Delaware over Alon, 71-62. James Madison over Charleston, 71-63. Michigan over Iowa, 84-79. Number 3, Arizona over Oregon State, 83-69. UTEP over Louisiana Tech, 63-60. Sam Houston over Abilene Christian, 75-71 in overtime. Louisiana over UL Monroe, 78-77. Belmont over Eastern Illinois, 81-57. UTSA over Southern Miss, 98-79 in overtime. UAB over Rice, 92-68. Western Kentucky over Charlotte, 77-67. Nichols over McNeese, 82-73. Texas Arlington over Little Rock, 85-70. Texas State over Arkansas State, 84-67. Omaha over Denver, 72-69. UMKC over North Dakota, 80-65. South Dakota over St. Thomas, 81-60. South Dakota State over Western Illinois, 91-66. North Dakota State over Oral Roberts, 77-59. Sanford over VMI, 199 in overtime. Tennessee Tech over Southeast Missouri State, 98-94. Tennessee State over SIU Edwardsville, 81-65. SEL over A&M Corpus Christi, 83-74. Northwestern State over Incarnate Word, 88-64. Number 14, Houston over UCF, 70-52. Colorado State over New Mexico, 83-68. Arizona State over Oregon, 81-57. Weber State over Sac State, 65-50. Idaho State over Northern Colorado, 61-58. Idaho over Montana, 82-76. Eastern Washington over Montana State, 88-86 in overtime. Longwood over High Point, 78-71. Colorado over Cal, 70-62. St. Mary's over St. Fran, 69-64. Creighton over DePaul, 71-59. UC Riverside over Cal State Bakersfield, 79-69. Hawaii over UC San Diego, 65-53. Long Beach State over Cal State Northridge, 72-59. Cal State Fullerton over Santa Barbara, 67-58. Portland State over Northern Arizona, 68-67. Portland over San Diego, 92-60. Santa Clara over Loyola Marrow, 84-80. Number 13, UCLA over Wazoo, 76-56. Utah over Stanford, 60-56. Number 17, USC over Washington, 79-69. And Nevada over San Jose State, 90-60. Now we look ahead to tonight's games. At 5 o'clock on CBS Sports Network, you have Butler and St. John's from the Lou. My projection is St. John's by 6, total 139.95. Actually, I timed the totals today. And it's 9 and 141.5. I'm taking Butler in the 9. I think that, yes, St. John's is playing a lot better, but Butler still is playing with some pride here. Princeton and Brown. My projection for this game is Princeton 6.5, total 145.6. And we got 2 and 143.5. So I'm going to lay the 2 at Princeton. Penn Yale. My projection is Yale 10.5, total 144.2. And we got here 4 and 144. Laying the points with Yale. Cornell and Dartmouth. My projection is Cornell by 3, total 144.75. And it is Dartmouth 1.5, total 144.5. I'm taking Cornell plus 1.5 and minus 102 to win outright. Columbia, Harvard. My projection is Harvard 19.5, total 144.15. And we got 15.5 and 143.5. I'm going to lay the points with Harvard. Northern Kentucky and Detroit. My projection is Northern Kentucky by 5.5, total 137.15. And it's Detroit 1.5, total 137. Give me Northern Kentucky plus the 1.5 and plus 106 outright. ESPN2, Richmond VCU. My projection is VCU by 1, total 133.25. And it's 3 and 133.5. I'm going to take Richmond in the 2. Or the 3 points, I should say. Marist and Siena. My projection, Siena 1.5, total 136.3. And it's 1.5 and 131.5. I have no choice but to take the over. St. Peter's Fairfield. My projection is Fairfield as a 6-point underdog, total 133.3. And it's Fairfield by 1, total 126. I'm going to take St. Peter's plus the 1 and whatever the money line outright is. Ryder Monmouth. By the way, St. Peter's Fairfield's on ESPNU. Ryder Monmouth. My projection is Monmouth 10.5, total 137.95. And we got in the New Jersey Battle 7 and 136.5. So I'm going to lay the points with Monmouth. CBS Sports Network, Ohio, Kent State. My projection is Ohio by 4 3/4, total 137.65. And it's Kent 1.5, total 135.5. Give me Ohio plus 1.5 and plus 104 outright. A lot of dogs that I like tonight. SEC Network plus Missouri and Mississippi State. My projection is Miss State by 12, total 138.05, and it's 11 and 134. Over. 8 o'clock, Purdue Green Bay. My projection is, or Purdue Fort Wayne Green Bay. My projection is Fort Wayne 11.5, total 135.25, and we got 5.5 and 130.5. I'm going to lay the points. Cleveland State Milwaukee. My projection is Cleveland State by 11, total 142.4, and it's 6.5 and 138.5. I'll lay the points. 9 o'clock, ESPN2, Wright State, Oakland. My projection is Oakland 2, total 145.9, and it's 4 and 149. I'm going to take the under. And last but not least, Big Ten Network, Maryland, Nebraska. My projection is Maryland 6, total 145.6, and it is 2.5 and 145.5. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Terps on the road against Nebraska. All right, Saturday's games. 12 o'clock, ESPN2, TCU number 7 Baylor. ESPN, number 12 Illinois, number 19 Michigan State. That's a good one. Like a real good one. Fox, Xavier, number 24 UConn. Tulsa, South Florida, Holy Cross Navy. ESPNU, BC, Syracuse. UMBC, Vermont, LaSalle, UMass. Wofford, Furman. 12:30 ABC, number 11 Texas Tech and number 20 Texas. 1 o'clock, CBS. Number 25, Alabama. Number 4, Kentucky. UTEP, Southern Miss, Central Connecticut, Wagner. Fairleigh Dickinson, Bryant. Notre Dame, Wake. Southern Illinois, Indiana State. Dayton, St. Joe's. Citadel hosts East Tennessee State. Niagara, Canisius. SEC Network, Ole Miss, Georgia. 1:30, CBS Sports Network, BU, Colgate. 2 o'clock, ESPN. Number 2, Auburn at Florida. ESPN2, Morgan State Howard is the NBA HBCU Classic. Army American, High Point Radford. On ESPNU, you got Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Iowa State, IUPUI, Youngstown State, Valpo, Evansville, Illinois State, Bradley, Oral Roberts, North Dakota, UMKC, North Dakota State, Mercer, West Carolina, Northeastern, Hofstra. 2:30, Iowa at number 18, Ohio State. I think that game's going to be on Fox 2. 3 o'clock, Tarleton, Chicago State. Sacred Heart, Merrimack. Clemson, Louisville. Arkansas State, UT Arlington. Georgia State, Georgia Southern. St. Thomas, South Dakota State. UNC Greensboro, Stanford. Akron, Eastern Michigan. 3:30, CBS Sports Network, St. Louis, Davidson. SEC Network, LSU, South Carolina. 4 o'clock, ESPN, number 16, Tennessee, number 23, Arkansas. Air Force, number 22, Wyoming. Lafayette, Bucknell, Alabama A&M, Bethune-Cookman, Norfolk State, Coppin State, Hawaii, UC Irvine, Southeast Missouri State, Morehead State, Eastern Illinois, Tennessee State, Alabama State, Florida A&M, Jackson State, Alcorn State, Maryland Eastern, NC State, Delaware State, and NC Central, North Texas, UAB, Middle Tennessee, Florida Atlantic, Montana State, Southern Utah, Houston Baptist, Nichols, Cal Baptist, Seattle, Stephen F. Austin, Lamar, St. Fran, Brooklyn, St. Fran, PA, LIU, Mount St. Mary, Gardner-Webb Presbyterian, ESPN2, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, New Hampshire, Albany, Troy, Coastal, VMI, Chattanooga, Drexel, Lawn, Delaware, William and Mary, Towson, Charleston, Western Michigan, Buffalo, Big Ten Network, Northwestern, Minnesota, 4:30, number 21, Murray State at Tennessee Martin, Winthrop, Asheville, A&T Campbell, Lipscomb, North Alabama, South Alabama, App State, Miami of Ohio, Northern Illinois, 5 o'clock on Fox, Georgetown, number 10, Villanova, Texas Southern, Mississippi Valley State, Southeast Louisiana, Incarnate Word, SAU, Edwardsville, Belmont, Tennessee Tech, Austin P, McNeese, New Orleans, ACC Network, Virginia, Miami, Binghamton, UMass Lowell, Florida, Gulf Coast, North Florida, Little Rock, Texas State, Western Illinois, South Dakota, Ball State, Bowling Green, 5:30, Grambling Southern, SCF State, Charleston Southern, Hartford, Stony Brook, 6 o'clock, ESPN, Florida State at number 9, Duke, Pac-12 Network, Utah, Cal, Northwestern State, A&M, Corpus Christi, Penn, Brown, Kennesaw State, Jacksonville, Drake, Loyola, Chicago, and ESPN2, Rhode Island, George Washington, Duquesne, St. Bonaventure on ESPNU, A&M, Vandy on SEC Network, Utah State, Boise State on CBS Sports Network, Prairie View, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, 6:30, Eastern Washington, Idaho, 7 o'clock, Rice, FIU, Old Dominion, Western Kentucky, UTSA, Louisiana Tech, Charlotte, Marshall, Hampton, Longwood, Georgia Tech, Pitt on ACC Network, Princeton, Yale, Cornell, Harvard, Columbia, Dartmouth, Stetson, Liberty, UIC, Robert Morris, James Madison, UNC, Wilmington, Central Michigan, Toledo, 7:15, Eastern Kentucky, and Central Arkansas, 8 o'clock, ESPN, number 6, Kansas at West Virginia. Is that where game day is? That's ridiculous. West Virginia's not good this year. Like, why is that? I get it, it's Kansas and all, but, like, if that's where game day is, like, that's a lot of favoritism towards the Mountaineers. ESPN2, Oregon State, Arizona State, Cal Poly, UC Riverside, Cal State, Bakersfield, UC Davis, DePaul, Seton Hall, Northern Colorado, Weber State, Sacramento State, Idaho State, New Mexico State, Grand Canyon, Sam Houston, Texas, Rio Grande, Pepperdine, Portland, Yale, Monroe, Louisiana, CBS Sports Network, Colorado State, UNLV, 9 o'clock, Santa Clara, number 1, Gonzaga, Utah Valley, Dixie State, 10 o'clock, ESPN, Oregon at number 3, Arizona, Fox Sports 1, Washington, number 13, UCLA, Loyola Marymount Pacific, ESPNU, Colorado, Stanford, Long Beach State, Santa Barbara, Fullerton, Northridge, ESPN2, BYU, St. Mary's, and CBS Sports Network, San Diego State, and Fresno State. All right, now Sunday. 1 o'clock, Fox Sports 1, number 9, Providence, or number 8, Providence at Butler, ESPN, number 14, Houston at Wichita State, CBS, Michigan at number 15, Wisconsin, NJIT, Maine, Wright State, Detroit, Mercy, Fairfield, Iona, 2 o'clock, ESPN2, Temple, Cincinnati, East Carolina, UCF, Purdue, Milwaukee, or Purdue, Fort Wayne, Milwaukee, ESPNU, Missouri State, Northern Iowa, Quinnipiac, Marist, St. Peter's, Siena, Ryder, Manhattan, George Mason, Fordham on USA, 3 o'clock, ESPN, Memphis, SMU, Fox Sports 1, Marquette, Creighton, Northern Kentucky, Oakland, Cleveland State, Green Bay, 4 o'clock, CBS Sports Network, Mexico, San Jose State, 5 o'clock, Stony Brook, Hartford, Lehigh, Loyola, Maryland, 5:30, Fox Sports 1, Rutgers at number 5, Purdue, Jacksonville State, Bellarmine, 7:30, Fox Sports 1, Washington State at number 17, USC, and 8 o'clock, ICC Network, Mississippi State, and Missouri. All right, now I'll move on to the Olympics. We'll go over yesterday's results and look ahead to everything that's going on tonight into the weekend. All right, so the biathlon. The women's 12.5 kilometer mass start. Bronze going to Marte Alusbu Roysland of Norway. Silver going to Triel Eckhoff of Norway. The gold going to Justine Barras Boucher of France. The men's 15 kilometer mass start. The bronze going to Vettel Shazad Christensen of Norway. The silver going to Martin Paluzolma of Sweden. And the gold going to Johannes Dinges Bo of Norway. The bobsleigh. The 4-man official training heats 5 and 6 are done, and the 2 women heats 1 is done, and the 2 is in progress. In curling, The women's semifinal going on right now. Sweden and Britain are tied at 7, and Japan's up 7-5 on Switzerland. Then the bronze medal game for the men, Canada defeated the United States 8-5, so Canada is going to take home the bronze. Figure skating, the pair skating short program is done. Freestyle skiing, the men's ski cross big final. The bronze going to Sergei Ridzik of ROC, the silver going to Alex Fiva of Switzerland, the gold going to Ryan Reguez of Switzerland. The women's free ski halfpipe final run 3, the bronze going to Rachel Carker of Canada, the silver going to Cassie Sharp of Canada, and the gold going to Eileen Gu of China. Hockey, men's semifinals, Finland defeats Slovakia 2-0, and ROC is up 1-0 on Sweden right now. Speed skating, the men's 1,000 meter, the bronze going to Harvard Holmsford Lorentzen of Norway, the silver going to Laurent Derbuel of Canada, and the gold going to Thomas Kroll of the Netherlands. All right, this is tomorrow in Beijing. And some of it's tonight here. So Alpine Skiing, we have the mixed teams parallel big final and the small final. The small final is the bronze medal event. It was rescheduled. The bobsleigh, the 2-woman heat 4 gold medal event. Cross-country skiing, the men's 50-kilometer mass start free gold medal event. Curling, we have the men's gold medal game at 2:50 in the afternoon tomorrow. It's going to be 1:50 a.m. here. Sweden and Great Britain. And then we have the women's bronze medal game, which is to be determined. Figure skating, the pair skating, free skating, gold medal event. That's going to be 6 o'clock a.m. here, 7 o'clock p.m. out there. Freestyle skiing, the men's free ski half pipe final run will be 10 o'clock in Beijing, which is 9 o'clock here at night. The men's bronze medal game, we have Slovakia, and we don't know who their opponent will be. To be defined, it says. And speed skating, we have the men's and women's mass start finals. And then Sunday in Beijing, which is the final day of the Olympics, we have the bobsleigh 4-man heat 4, the cross-country skiing, we have the women's 30-kilometer mass start free gold medal event. The curling, we have the women's gold medal game. We don't know who that will be yet. We have the men's gold medal game between Finland and maybe Sweden on Sunday afternoon in Beijing, but it'll be at 11 o'clock at night here. And that's it. And then it's going to be the closing ceremonies, and the Olympics will be over. That was quick. All right, now we'll do golf. We will look at the current leaderboard for the Genesis Open. And your leader right now with 8 under is Joaquin Niemann. Tied for second with 5 under, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Max Homa, Cam Young. Tied for 6 with 4 under, we have Colin Morikawa, Chengson Pon, Justin Thomas, Jason Kokrak, Charlie Hoffman, and Cam Smith. Tied for 12th with 3 under, we have Patton Kizzire, Kevin Tway, Maverick McNeely, Martine Laird, Russell Knox, Adam Long, Carlos Ortiz, Dylan Fratelli, and Paul Casey. Tied for 22nd with 2 under, Keegan Bradley, Matthew Neesmith, Alex Smalley, Emiliano Grillo, Tony Finau, John Robb, Xander Schauffele, Sahith Theegla, Doc Redman, Peter Manlotti, Cam Triangle, Brock Hessler, Chasen Hadley, Taylor Moore, Abraham Ansler, Matt Kuchar, Hank Labodia, Rory McIlroy, Siwoo Kim, Walter Zalatoris, Matt Kuchar, and Patrick Rogers. Tied for 43rd with 1 under. Alex Loren, Danny Lee, Jonathan Vegas, Adam Putnam, Stevens Power, JT Potson, Joel Dahman, Bubba Watson, Mark Leishman, Matt Jones, Aaron Weiss, Sam Ryder, Mino Perrietta, Pat Perez, Sam Piercy, Sebastian Munoz, Patrick Cantlay, Francesco Molinari. Tied for 61st at even. Now we're just going to go through notables. Lucas Hodges, Ricky Fowler, Sergio Garcia, Sanjay M, Sam Burns, JJ Spawn, Matt Wallace, Torrey Merritt, Victor Hoven, Brooks Koepka, Cam Davis, Kyle Stanley, Rory McIntyre, or Robert McIntyre. Luke List is in the tie for 77th with 1 over with Cam Champ, Kevin Na, James Hahn, Ryan Henley, Hideki Matsuyama, Kanggu Lee, Mackenzie Hughes, Corey Connors. Tied for 89th with 2 over. Scott Stallings, Adam Hadwin, Brock Storrs, Keith Kitcock, Dustin Johnson, Doug Gim, Evan Van Rooyen. And by the way, Van Rooyen and Gim are in the tie for 97th with 3 over, along with Cesar V, Charles Schwartzel, Taylor Hoge, Lucas Griffin, Sepp Straka, and Christian Ziedenhout. Tied for 105th with 4 over, Brendan Steele, Ryan Palmer, Adam Schenk, Henry Higgs, Vincent Whaley. Tied for 11th with 6 over, Henrik Norlander, Adam Landry, Harold Varner III, Patrick Reed, Taylor Gooch. Tied for 118th with 7 overs, Roger Sloan, and Wyndham Clark was disqualified. All right, NASCAR weekend. The first NASCAR weekend of the year. We have 3 races from Daytona. Tonight we have the trucks. Tomorrow evening we have the Xfinity. And on Sunday we have the Daytona 500, obviously. So the starting grid will be available soon to us. If I'm not mistaken, the starting lineups are not out yet for Daytona. So I'm just going to go through the odds on DraftKings for the wins. And by the way, we do have the starting lineup for the Daytona 500, so that's good. So the odds for the Next Era Energy 250. John Hunter Nemechek's an 8-1 favorite. Grant Effinger's 10-1. Riley Herbst, Matt DiBenedetto, Zane Smith, all 12-1. 14-1 Chandler Smith, Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, 16-1 Christian X, Austin Hill, Matt Grafton's 18-1. 21 you have Johnny Sauter, Carson Hosfar, Ty Majeski, Corey Him. 25-1 you got Parker Kligerman, Tyler Ankrum, Derek Krause, Jack Wood. 30-1 you have Haley Deegan, Jordan Anderson, Tanner Gray, Tate Vogelman, Brett Holmes, Chase Purdy. 40-1 we got Austin Wayne South, Chris Wright, Blaine Perkins at 50-1, 61 Thad Moffitt, 80-1 Matt Jaskell, Danny Bone, Brian Dawsat. 100-1 Colby Howard, Clay Greenfield, Spencer Boyd, Jason White, Dean Thompson, Timmy Hill, Lawless Allen. 150-1 Jason Kitzmiller. And 200-1 you have Jesse Little and Jennifer Jo Cobb. My pick to win this race, I'm going to go with Zane Smith at 12-1 to win the Next Era Energy 250 from Daytona. And my pick to win the Cup Series Championship, I'm going to go with Chandler Smith to win the NASCAR Truck Series Championship. My pick for that this year is Chandler Smith. We're going to Zane Smith for the race at 12-1. All right, the Xfinity Series. I don't think the starting grid is out yet. It's the Beef. It's What's for Dinner 300. The race is going to be on Fox Sports 1. AJ Allmendinger is the favorite at plus 850. Daniel Hemrick's 9-1. At 10-1, you have Noah Gragson and Justin Allgaier and Ty Gibbs. At 12-1, you have Josh Berry. 14-1, you have Riley Herbst. 15-1, you have Jeb Burton, Brandon Jones, and Sam Meyer. Sheldon Creed and Brett Moffitt, 18-1. 20-1, you had Austin Hill and Landon Castle. 25-1, Drew Dollar and Mayette Snyder. 30-1, you have Ryan Truex and Anthony Alfredo. 40-1, you have Ryan Teague, Jeremy Clements, Alex Labb. 50-1, Tommy Joe Martins, Shane Lee, Jade Buford, Brandon Brown, J.J. Yealy, Josh Bilicki at 60-1, as well as Cesar Barcerella. 80-1, you have Joey Gase, Josh Williams, Kyle Weatherman, Ryan Vargas at 100-1 with Matt Mills, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Mason Massey, Stephon Parsons. 151, you have Bailey Curry, Joe Graff Jr., David Starr, Natalie Decker, Kyle Sieg, Jesse Awuji, Harrison Rhodes, Tim Vaines, Ronnie Bassett Jr. All right, for my pick to win the Beef, It's What's for Dinner 300, I'm going to go with somebody that has really broken onto the scenes a little bit. And Jeff Maglicetti and I really discussed this person last night on our show that we did when we talked about NASCAR. I'm going to go with Ty Gibbs at 10-1 to win the Beef, It's What's for Dinner 300. And now the Daytona 500. Your starting lineup. At the pole, Kyle Larson. In second, Alex Bowman. In the 3 spot, Brad Keselowski. 4, Chris Boucher. 5, Austin Cindric. 6, Matt McDowell. 7, Ryan Blaney. 8, Harrison Burton. 9, Chase Briscoe. 10, Kyle Busch. 11, Chase Elliott. 12, Chris Bell. 13, Eric Jones. 14, Martin Truex Jr. 15, Tyler Reddick. 16, Bubba Wallace. 17, Kurt Busch. 18, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 19, Ross Chastain. 20, Joey Logano. 21, Daniel Suarez. 22, Kevin Harvick. 23, William Byron. 24, Corey LaJoie. 25, Justin Haley. 26, Ty Dillon. 27, Landon Castle. 28, Greg Biffle. Welcome back, Greg Biffle. Who would have thought that? That's a throwback. 29, Todd Gilliland. 30, Denny Hamlin. 31st, Cole Custer. 32nd, you had Cody Ware. 33rd, Daniel Hemrick. 34, you got David Reagan. 35, Kaz Gralla. 36, Austin Dillon. 37, B.J. McLeod. 38, Eric Almirola. 39, Noah Gragson. 40, Jaquez Villeneuve. So my pick to win the Daytona 500, and we'll go through the odds real quick. Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin are co-favorites at 9-1. Ryan Blaney is 10-1. Chase Elliott's 11-1. Joey Logano 12-1. Brad Keselowski 14-1. William Byron 15-1, as well as Kyle Busch. 18-1, Austin Dillon, Alec Bowman. 21, Martin Truex Jr., Bubba Wallace, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick. 25-1, Eric Almirola, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Cindric, Chris Boucher, Tyler Reddick. 28-1, Michael McDowell. 30-1, Chris Bell, Chase Briscoe. 35-1, Justin Haley, Ross Chastain. 51, Daniel Suarez, Harrison Burton. 61, Eric Jones, Daniel Hemrick. 71 is Cole Custer. 75-1 is Greg Biffle. 100-1, Noah Gragson, Ty Dillon, Corey LaJoie, David Reagan, Jaquez Villeneuve, Kaz Gralla, Landon Castle. And 150-1, you got Cody Ware and Todd Gilliland. And 30-1 or 300-1, you got B.J. McLeod. So my pick to win the Daytona 500 this year is somebody that I think is going to have a big season. Someone who won a bunch of races last year and placed well. I'm going to go with the number 9, Chase Elliott, 11-1 to win the Daytona 500. All right, now we're going to do news and notes for today. I'm going to rapid fire this. So, we had the first all-black NHL TV booth last night with JT Brown and Everett Fitzhugh. So that is so cool that they got to call that game together. So there is a $110,000 Oilers Stanley Cup bet, as a DraftKings bettor will walk away with $4.5 million if Connor McDavid and company win it all this year. Anthony Davis out at least 4 weeks with a mild foot sprain. That is bad for the Lakers. BAD. But somehow they won the other night against the Jazz in a game which they got hurt. Sad news. Eric Kay found guilty of distributing fentanyl that led to the death of Tyler Skaggs. This is just really, really sad. And the Angels, John Carpino released a statement after Kay was found guilty as well. An embarrassingly short MLB players meeting, 15 minutes. That's how long yesterday's negotiating session went. And then the two sides have an agreement deadline, February 28th, for the season to start on time, as the league tells the Players Association. I think it's a disaster if they don't get this done in time. An absolute disaster. And then Rob Manfred, the pressure is going to be really on him this time to really put it together here. Aaron Donald said, "Sign Odell and Vaughn and I'm back." He said he'll be ready to return if we bring everybody back in mid-retirement rumors. So there's a lot of rumors about Aaron Donald, and we'll see if he comes back or not. I think he'll be back regardless, but they'll just pay him. Jim Harbaugh's new deal at Michigan is NFL-friendly, as he has a low buyout in his new contract, which leaves the door open for a possible NFL return. This is actually kind of sad. Arizona State players are not happy after Jalen Daniels enters transfer protocol. As somebody says, he sucked anyways. Yikes. Free agent wide receiver Michael Gallup to be ready by August and will make recovery after his ACL tear potentially by August. That's pretty cool. Teams calling for Brock Besser. That is really interesting. If Vancouver puts him on the market, if they don't get back into this playoff mix in the West, they can get a lot for Besser. Like, imagine Besser on a team like the Rangers. I think that would be a great welcome addition for the New York Rangers if they were to get Brock Besser. But Jeff Maglicetti made the case last night. He doesn't think the Rangers should do anything at the deadline. And next time I have Derek on, I'm going to ask him if he agrees with Mags or not. Because Derek, I think, is somebody that would want the Rangers to do something at the deadline. Because I just think he's sick and tired of his other teams not doing well. Aaron Judge talks Yankees extension. He was on Ryan Rucco and CC Sabathia's podcast, R2C2. And he hopes to have a new deal before the season, but also seems at peace if this is his last year in the Bronx, which is interesting. If they're bad this year and they don't extend him, he's going to be the hot commodity at the trade deadline. And they're going to get a lot for him regardless if they were to put him on the market. And there's an argument to be made that they should explore trading him because he's only had a handful of healthy seasons. And everybody looks at 2017, in which he should have been the AL MVP, but a 6-week slump cost him the award, in my opinion. And the Astros cheating scandal, too. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm going to say they pay him, but team friendly, if that makes sense. And some non-sports news. Amazon's Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to end after season 5. So some TV news for you this morning, which is unfortunate. All right, best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. College basketball and hockey are my choices today. And I really like Yale minus the 4 against Penn. Penn's been disappointing this year. Yale's kind of turned it around in conference play. Yesterday's best bet was actually a win. I won with Michigan getting the points at Iowa. They won outright. So I'm going to lay the 4 with Yale. A half unit, minus 4, at home against Penn for my best bet of the day. All right, so that's it for today's show. I'll be back on Monday, President's Day Monday, recapping everything from the weekend and looking ahead to everything going on Monday. We'll do NBA Power Rankings on Monday's show and news and notes and best bet for you as well. Hope you guys have a great weekend, everyone.